Ego is like a tail. It doesn't really have a real function, one could argue. One could also argue that without a tail, it doesn't look very good. Yet it's one of the most sensitive part. It has to be protected. The tail, that is to be protected. If somebody steps on the tail, it hurts really bad. Do not step on anyone's tail. We human beings don't have a physical tail, but we have this proverbial or imaginary tail like a monkey. We are monkeys, more evolved. The legend has it that when Lord Hanuman allowed himself to be a captive and brought in front of Ravana, and Ravana wanted to punish him because had ruined one of the most beautiful gardens, and he had created havoc in the city of Lanka, in the kingdom of Lanka. Then he was advised that the best way to punish him is to punish him where it hurts. That for monkeys, their tail is a sign of pride. It is a sign of honor. It is a sensitive part. Why don't we set his tail on fire? Lord Hanuman had a lesson. He has a lesson for us right now. He had control over his tail. He could make it grow, he could make it shrink at will. So as they were trying to wrap fabric around it, the moment they were almost done, he would increase the length of his rope, and he continued doing that until the yarn in the city of Lanka was exhausted. And then he was able to shrink it at will also. We are the ones we have full control over our ego. Or should we say that we are the one who should have control over our ego? It's good to have ego for our own self-pride. And also when we have to deal with miscreants, mischief makers, troublemakers, people who bring us down, we need to have that ego as a defense and offense. But you can do that only when you have control over it. Otherwise, it takes control over you. Also, when he was brought in, Lord Hanuman used his tail to create a singhasan, a throne for himself, which was higher than the throne of Ravana, by coiling his tail and jumping on top of it. I'm the one who has to recognize my self-worth. I'm the one who has to give that self-worth to me. Don't expect other people to honor you. You have to honor yourself first. If you don't honor yourself first, how do you expect other people to honor you? Which means relying on your strengths, knowing your strengths, being confident in yourself, instead of being confident in other people's strengths and then feeling bad as a result of it, beating up on yourself, beating up your inner child. Do not let anyone to step on your tail, an outsider or an insider, a close relative, mother, father, husband, wife, child, nobody. It is your tail. It is your self-pride. Do not let your self-pride be hurt. I am not going to let my self-pride be hurt. I'm going to protect it. So this also relates to me protecting my inner child. If I don't look out for it, if I don't protect it, if I don't speak for it, if I don't honor it, if I don't look out for it, if I don't love it, if I don't listen to it, sit with it, take care of it, who will? Because that tail, unlike a tail of a monkey, we Homo sapiens, we human beings, don't have a physical tail. So it becomes much more harder to manage. When Someone steps on a monkey's tail, you know it that somebody stepped on it physically, and that monkey knows that my tail was stepped on, and the monkey growls and wants to bite you back. But as a human beings, when somebody bites you back, you don't know. Why is the person biting you back? Because you don't know if you stepped on that person's tail. And history is filled with stories when someone's pride was being stepped on. And they took it their personal mission to destroy the other person, to destroy the other organization, or to even destroy the other community or a country. Countries were made, countries were built and destroyed on this personal pride. You fuel it, you give it a cause, and you're willing to give up your life for that cause. You take pride in it. How many millions of lives were lost for the independence of, let's say, two countries that come to my mind? United States of America from the British rule, and Bharat, what we call as India, from the British rule. There was a self-pride which was beyond their physical lives. People were willing to give up their lives for a cause. So I have to protect it because it is more valuable than my life. If there is a cause attached to it, if there are values attached to it, then they become beautiful. But when they are empty, what we call it as an empty pride, then it is just barking of a dog in a street. Let's take some personal examples or personal life examples. In fighting between husband and wife, I'm not a marriage counselor. Most of the marriage-related problems are communication-related problems. Phyllis would say that, including problems in the bed. They say we have problems in that area. And she said, even that is communication. And if there's a problem in that area, then you have to look elsewhere, the problems in your communication. Are you listening to each other actively or just waiting for your turn to speak? Are you speaking what you really want to share? Willing to share your thoughts and feelings are very important. When we talk about intimacy, know each other intimately. That's intimacy. Whether it is in familial situation, work-related situations, or otherwise. Know and understand and accept each other as they are. Their faults, their shortcomings, their strengths, their preferences. And understand each other's tails. Don't step on the other person's tail. Don't step on somebody's self-pride, because it's going to hurt them in a wrong way. So there are multiple things that have been said here, which can be confusing or looked upon as opposites, but really dig into it. This ego that we have can be used positively and can destroy us, can destroy our relationships, can even destroy countries. So having self-worth, having self-confidence is the key. That's the starting point. Don't go outside to other people. He said, she said. Develop self-confidence. Without self-confidence, nothing matters. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Have self-confidence. Have Atma Vishwas. That this Atma is in me, or I am the Atma. And that Atma is only one Atma, is in everyone. From singularity, you get into plurality. From I, you get into we. And we is nothing but made up of I. And then it converges back into singularity. What we are looking for, what our inner child is looking for, is something that is based on self-confidence. You cannot buy it. Nobody can give it to you. And you cannot run away from it. And it cannot be replaced by something else. No mantra, yantra, tantra, no pilgrimage, no wealth, no success can replace it, because it has to be earned, brought in, realized by the self. In the end, and along the way, I love me. I love me. I love me. No matter what, I love me. I love me. I love me. And if possible, to the other person, I love you. I love you. I love you. No matter the problem. The solution is this mantra: I love me. I love you. I love God. God loves me. God loves you. We love God. God loves us. I love me. I love you. I love God. God loves me. God loves you. You love me. We love God. God loves us. It's endless. It's beautiful, spherical, almost like cosmos, spinning. One thing spins around itself, around the other, each of that. It's the way the earth revolves around its own axis, and the earth revolves around the sun, and the solar system is also revolving around the galaxy, and the galaxy is revolving around the other systems, all of them based on gravity or magnetism or some sort of an attraction. And at a human level, that is called love, and that is God. This universe revolves around God. Call it whatever. We revolve around God. Even at a cellular level, those circular motions are happening. And that God is love for us. And protect that. Guard that. Be guided by it. Be driven by it. That is the mission. That is the value. That is the power we give to the self. At the inner child level and at the outer child level, I love me.